Hey there, BZ people, and welcome to the 9th episode of our stream of the Pokemon Black Chainlocke Challenge with me, Bork, from Bork and Sim Gaming. We are playing at a little different time than normal, and the reason for that is this morning I had to go get an oil change for my wife. Because we're going out of town this weekend. I'll get more into that in a little bit, but I do want you guys to get used to this because we are going to be doing evening streams for at least a little while, and I'll get into that in a little bit as well. But let's go ahead, look at who we are working with here, who we can be chaining off of. That is not something I wanted to pop up. There we go. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but we do have the newest member of our team, Blender, the Victory Bell, holding that lucky egg, with Bolt Strike, Sleep Powder, Poison Jab, and Razor Leaf. We also have Lighthouse, the Dragonite, with Fiery Dance, Thunder Wave, Air Cutter, and Dragon Breath. Girafarig, the Brains, with Karate Chop, Ice Fang, Night Slash, and Zen Headbutt. We have Guardian, the Palkia, with Water Pulse, Dragon Breath, Secret Sword, and Power Gem. Akali, the Kabutops, with Mega Drain, Aqua Jet, Mud Shot, and Bolt Strike. We have the oldest member of our team, Iceberg, the Lapras, first Pokemon we caught in this Chainlocke. And, oh my gosh, we took Paul off the team. I totally forgot about that. But anyway, that is the team that we are working with. If you missed last episode, we were making our way, or we still are making our way through Chargestone Cave, taking out some Team Plasma goons as we go. Oh gosh, I would have loved to have that as a first encounter. If you guys do watch any of the Bork teams, when I do play on Pokemon Showdown, you would know that, for one thing, we're running away from this thing, that I did have a team with a Reuniclus on it, and I just absolutely love that thing. It's so bulky and so powerful. I'm kind of surprised it's not banned from UU. But that's not what's important. So as I said, we will be changing our normal streaming time to be in the evening, at least for a little while. Because starting next week, Monday, I am going to be switching out and away from this Houndour. We do not want to lose Blender. Brand new connection to 2 different types. Let's go into Guardian. There shouldn't be too much that you can do to Guardian. Anyway, I'm going to be starting training for Claims class. That'll run from 8 o'clock in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon, and that's going to be an everyday thing. So unlike my schedule, which is different pretty much every day, it'll be consistent. It will be obviously during when I like to stream in the morning. So at least for 3 weeks, probably a 4th week, because my wife and I are going to be gone on a vacation the week of Labor Day weekend. Vibrava. Why would I switch out? I have a Dragon Breath. So yeah, we're going to be going on our honeymoon finally, and why would I click Water Pulse when I meant to click Dragon Breath? If we lose Palkia, because I clicked Water Pulse. Nope. This is why I don't like Vibrava or Flagon. They're just dragons, 3-tiered evolutionary dragons in general. They really do seem to go down far too easy, in my opinion. But we will still be trying to do the stream. Might miss it that 4th week when I'm on vacation. We'll have to see. But the stream will be moving to a different time temporarily. If I do keep up the streaming, which I definitely want to do, I enjoy streaming over just recording, editing, and uploading later, which essentially is exactly what I'm doing right now, but just also doing it live. Anyway, sorry, I'm babbling. eventually this will be moved to more evening streams anyway. And we don't even get a step off before we get an encounter against the Parasect. If this was our encounter, we could chain into the bug type. Forgive me for not being overly articulate at the moment. I just got off of work, so instead of recording before work and being all peppy and happy and not looking forward to going to work, I'm happy to be home from work. But I did just spend 8 hours in a call center. Took a lot of calls, like 40 calls today, 45 maybe. I don't know. My the thing that keeps track of how many calls I take isn't quite up to date, or it doesn't keep up quite as well. I think it refreshes about every 45 minutes. Not entirely sure on that. Don't quote me. If you do, I'll deny knowing anything about it. Gosh, we really need to get a Kali up to level 40, so we can't use it for a long time because it'll be over-leveled. I might take the experience share away from it. Oh my gosh, this thing is setting up. I'm scared of this. I'm gonna air cutter it. Maybe I should have thunder waved. Definitely should have thunder waved. 2 Calm Minds? I've seen enough Pokemon Showdown to know that we're going down here. Or, you know, maybe we'll be just fine. This is why I don't just sit there and set up a Lediba. I think Lighthouse will be okay against the Lediba. I really do. So busy people, it is the end of the day. I want to know how your day was. I might talk about my day a little bit. So yeah, if you're in the stream, sound off, let me know how your day was. But I am going to start off with saying that today actually went pretty well. It did seem like today took quite a while. Most days in the call center do. Adjust my lighting, and by adjust I mean completely destroy it. Blender, why are you still here? You should be fleeing for the hills, my friend. There was actually like 2 hours where there were no supervisors doing coverage, which is always a scary time. The hobby of Team Plasma, well, it has nothing to do with you. Well, okay then. And for the most part, the calls were okay. There are some plans that you get phone calls on randomly that you see them and you look them over and you're just like, what? For example, I had a claim or someone call in about physical therapy benefits for a plan today. Now this plan had 4 tiers. Which was, the first tier was, since this was for a hospital, if you had the services done at the hospital, you gotta get Victory Bell out of there. If you had the services done at the hospital, then that was your best benefit right there. And I believe that tier 2 was one of our networks. How did that work? It was one of our networks that you could go to if there was no other, if the services could not be provided by the hospital that the person worked for. We can take that lucky egg away from Blender. And sure, why not? Let's put brains up front. And do we have a different item that would be better for Blender? We could do black belt. Deep sea tooth. I think you're more physical. Expert belt. There we go. And let's heal Blender up right away. So, and then the third tier for this plan is services, or no, rates that were, let me see here. The third tier was if these services could not be provided by the hospital, or no, if they could be provided by the hospital but you went to this other network instead, then this was the rate that you were going to pay for that. So that's how it worked, and the fourth tier is out of network. Try explaining that. I just tried to explain that to you. Try explaining that over the phone to someone when you don't fully understand what it is they're asking for or what you're trying to explain. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just me. A lot of these, if you're going to make your plan this complicated, you should administer it yourself, in my opinion. Oh gosh, a Ditto versus against brains, that's potentially terrifying. Let's hope we outspeed and go for the karate chop. And let's take that Ditto out. That Ditto has the derpiest look on his face. And now we face ourselves. Going for a Night Slash. Hopefully we outspeed. We do. And that Ditto is a gun. And so, trying to interpret the plan for physical therapy benefits. Polyworld. Well, you know who'd be fantastic against a Polyworld is our Blender. Or anyone with Bolt Strike, which I think is our Blender. Or a Kali. Anyway, like I was saying, the physical therapy benefits were very difficult because it just said that there was no tier 2, there was just tier 1, 3, or 4, which essentially means that the hospital offers physical therapy benefits. It's rather confusing in my opinion. I mean, I understand it now, but trying to figure this out, seeing this plan for the very first time on the phone with someone trying to give benefits, it's not exactly the definition of a good time. Not exactly. That's gonna hurt. A little bit. Brains, bite the spory mushroom guy. So let's see here, what else happened? I really love it when those foreign providers call in with the really heavy accents and the really muffled voices, and trying to figure out exactly what Grimer is looking for. What are you looking for, Grimer? Must have accidentally clicked out of it. So let's go for the Zen headbutt here. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I am definitely looking for a different job. Unfortunately, it would have to be one with pay comparable to what I'm having now, if not higher, preferably higher. Because, you know, the goal is for someday for my wife and myself, or we want to have children, and we would like it very, very much if I was able to support all of us with just my job and my wife could stay home with the children. That is the plan. That is the goal that both of us have. Personally, I wouldn't mind being the one staying home with the kids and recording and writing, although trying to record or write with little children most likely would be a lot more difficult than it sounds, and it sounds difficult, so I think we're going to need to heal up our giraffe rig soon. Let's see here what else is going on. Yeah, I would love to get a job in acting, or voice acting potentially. I very much doubt I'd find anything around here. Although, I suppose if you think about it, that radio shows might need some voice actors, or some local companies might need voice talent for some ads. That would be fun. I think I'd be a good voice actor. Definitely wouldn't be that great of a real life actor. I mean, I'm very bad at conveying the emotions that need to be conveyed at a time with my facial features. Like, this would be mad. Which, I guess isn't terrible. I don't know. Maybe it is terrible. Tell me down below, was that face terrible? Question of the day. Ooh, there's an item. Over there. Or on the screen. Over there. Let's see here. It is a prime ape. What's up with all these fighting types going to end my life? So we'll just push this here rock. And there's an item right here. A max elixir is pretty sweet. So yeah, I am going to be out of town this weekend. I am going down to Kenosha, Wisconsin for the Bristol Renaissance Fair. Been looking forward to this for a very, very long time. My wife and I, we pre-bought our tickets. I don't know if it was sometime during the winter. I want to say it was around Christmas time. It was sitting on our fridge for just months, like 7-ish around that by now. And my wife and I, we did look at the different weekends, the themes that they had going on. And this weekend is going to be a Celtic weekend, which is going to be, I think it's going to be a great time. And let's see here. We're definitely... Unfortunately, I am picking up some extra hours this week so I can leave early on Friday. It's only unfortunate because 9 hours on the phone does get to be a bit much. But you know what? I'll make it through it. Already got one of the extra hours out of the way. Working the next one in 2 days. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to meet N somewhere. I'm not sure where though. I think it's over here on this bridge maybe? Let's see here. There's a Pokemon waiting for us on this bridge, but I couldn't see it. Probably because he was blended in. I mean, look at him. If he lays down, his stripes could almost blend in with the stripes on the bridge. It's totally true. Oh, look at that. He's playing the game. He knows that we have what it's going to take him out. And he's so scared. If he had gotten that double detect, I was going to run. I don't want to be wasting PP on things like that. Speaking of wasting PP, maybe N's not over here? Could have sworn he was supposed to be. I guess I'll backtrack and check those other caverns quick. Or maybe I'll just talk with Professor Juniper and see if we can move forward. Moving forward is good, progress is good. I don't want to spend the entire stream in this cave. I don't know why I just made a circle with my hands. And so end of the month, when my wife and I were going to be going on our honeymoon, which is super exciting. We've been looking forward to this, obviously, ever since we got married in October of 2014. So we're going. Oh gosh, please, giraffe rig. Oh, okay, that wasn't so bad. We're going to a hotel. I know it's in the Milwaukee area. It's not actually in Milwaukee. Can't remember the name of the town. But we are going there. And touching these little stones are very annoying. Where Pokemon came from and where they are going. If we can learn that, I believe we can get along even better. I plan on staying here and catching Pokemon. Traveling isn't about encounters, you know. Okay. You two have fun with that. Have I already been here? Is that what's going on? I feel like I've already been here. I think we should have just backtracked. Because now we have to face Sandslash. Which, I'm sure you guys have already heard about now, but in the Alola region, Sandslash is going to be a Ice Steel type. How crazy is that? Let's run away. Apparently he's a bulky Pokemon, which I was not aware of. I always thought he was a frail Pokemon. Fast and hard-hitting, but I guess I must have been thinking of Dugtrio, maybe? So... Wait, where are we supposed to go? I'm lost. I wish I had repels, and I'm lost. I guess we backtrack. No, we can't. We jumped over that ledge. So what are we supposed to do? I'm gonna push this, and then I'll push this. And no, we didn't. We can get back here. Okay. We couldn't have come through here before, did we? No. Did we? No, we found the item. I am so confused. I don't know what's going on anymore. I just ran away when I could have karate chopped this thing, but we really don't need the levels. What we really need is a repel. I sure hope someone at home knows where I am, because I sure don't. I really don't. But yes, we're going down to this hotel for a couple days. It's going to cost like $1,000 for, I think it was like 2 nights and 3 days or something along those lines. It's kind of pricey. It's got a swimming pool in the hotel room, our own private little waterfall going into the swimming pool. I think it's one of those places where they're going to have chocolate dipped strawberries waiting for us when we get there. And since my wife and myself, neither one of us drink, we did replace, I think it came with like champagne or wine or something like that. We got that replaced with sparkling, most likely grape juice. I know that's my wife's favorite. What's over here? That's not a cave entrance? Why is it glowing? But anyway, we will go down here and hopefully ends down here. And are you around? This little girl's around. I'm really serious about training. I visit this electrified cave and train myself and my Pokemon. You know what else? You're training me too. You are training me too. So let's see here. Looking forward to the long drive because my wife and we have recently started doing audiobooks while we're driving, at least over the longer distances. And so, well, that's scary. We're working our way through the Divergent series. We're in the second one, Insurgent, a Crobat. You know what, Lapras? I want to give you some time on the screen. It's been a long time since you got to shine. I think everyone else besides a colleague has been in this episode, so come on out, show yourself off. Take this Crobat down with a little bite. Just a little one. Oh no. Did you see where that Confuse Ray came out of? I think that's really what's confusing Lapras. And the games begin. Fortunately, I recovered most of that back. And let's see how much damage this Crobat can do to us. It was enough. And Iceberg. Listen, Iceberg. You're an awesome Pokemon. I really like you. Please kill this Crobat. Is that too much to ask for? Because if it is, I kind of need you here. And you are just going to get confused again, aren't you? I can already see it. Let's go ahead. The Crobat decided not to go for the confusion. I think they did way too much damage to us. Confusion is really overpowered. Kind of reminds me of one of my favorite megas I use on Bork teams. Hey Zim, how you doing tonight? Glad to see you in the stream, buddy. Used a Mega Bayonet. It had Confuse Ray, Thunder Wave, and I think I gave it Night Slash for that high crit ratio. So, or not crit, sorry, flinch. So I got my opponent down to a 25% chance of actually attacking me this turn, plus the 30% flinch. So, I'm not good at math. I'm sure Zim could tell me what the percentage is, but it was quite unlikely. Yeah, I understand you there, Zim. Working outside can get you hot and sweaty. Heck, I'm sitting in front of a computer screen and I'm getting hot and sweaty. So, tell me, how is your new blog been doing? I saw that you had your first post up the other day, Zim, but didn't get a chance to check it out. I think there was something on TV and I can't concentrate like that anymore. I'm not in high school. I'm not cool enough for high school. They kicked me out. I want to see how much a Night Slash will do to you. It should do a lot, right? It's super effective. Mega Punch. I just got Mega Punched by a ghost. They may not be affected by normal type moves, but they could sure use them. And let's see here. My opponent's going to use a Weasel. So let's go Blender. Let's see here. What else is going on in my life? Obviously, the Olympics are going on. Only reason I really know that is I was down at my wife's parents this past weekend and they were watching them. Her grandma was up from Anderson, Indiana, which it was nice to see her. Haven't seen her since Christmas time. And Zim did do the calculation. With Paralyzed, Confusion, and that 30% flinch chance, there's a 17.5% chance that they would hit me that's not even taking accuracy into account for their moves. And I'm glad to hear, Zim, that your blog is doing pretty well. At least I'm assuming that's what it means. And Galad King does show up too. I am glad to see you in the stream. How are you doing today? And I clicked off the game again, apparently. Very, very amateurish. Actually, no, that's not going to help. Yes, Ice Fang, he wants this thing to go down. Let's, Galad King, my thoughts about Ash fusing with Greninja. I do know that that was something that happened in a manga. They had a entire manga about people fusing with Pokemon. Never seen it myself.